Hello, and thank you for joining us today as we close off Series 11.
You don't even have to say that. You can just say we're here for no
Stop
reservation.
it! This is not
So, just skip the series 11. Just pass right over it. Thank you for coming to join us for this excellent episode. Just put the Johnny Depp shit up.
They're gonna be like, you guys, this is a lot of information about Johnny Depp and Amber.
Probably one of our highest rated episodes.
We'll just title it Johnny Depp so people
Johnny Depp. Yeah.
Johnny Depp.
Hello and welcome to Table for Five with No Reservations. Take a seat at the table for a fresh, sweet, salty, tart, and pleasantly bitter conversation.
Hello, and thank you for joining us today for our No Reservations episode, closing out Series 11. Joining me at the table tonight is Kim McIsaac.
Hello.
Jamie Ramos.
Hi.
Rachel Flanagan.
Hey, everybody.
Tabitha Cabrera.
Hello.
And I'm Jen Dunn. Welcome to the table, everyone. Hi, ladies. How was your week? Anyone?
Bueller?
Going great.
Don't ask such hard questions, Jen.
Yeah, it's a loaded question, really. Times five. How was your week, Tabs?
My sister was here. That was great. It's nice to have another set of hands. She cooked and helped with the kids and took my car to get it detailed because it was like driving around in a garbage heap. It's pretty much like a trash dump in there. Just like
It happens.
It was her suggestion. Like, oh, because you don't like this glory. Huh?
She intervened. She's like, this is your intervention. I'm taking this to the dealer.
Yes, we need to do something about this garbage truck you're driving around town. So that was great. We went to a spa, which was really nice. And they do like a day pass thing. So like if you get a service, then you get to use their pool and whatnot. It was just nice to have someone come and take care of us for a little bit. Like we do so much grinding by ourselves all the time, and it's tag team city over here. So it's just nice to have someone come in and be like, what do you need? Do you want me to come with you to drop off the kids? Like another set of hands to hold the hands to get the kids in the building, you know, or just whatever. It was really, really, really nice to have her. So I was happy about that. And the kids, oh my gosh, they just love her so much. Nixon yesterday, he was like, he just looked at me randomly and he was like, I miss Auntie. You lost your family. I was like, oh my God, that's so sad. That's so sad. She's coming back. Don't worry. And he keeps talking about a plane. He's been obsessed about riding on a plane. And so she sent him a video of the clouds and stuff. So yeah, that was nice. And then we had a weekend, nothing. We didn't do much over the weekend. And then it was Monday. So that was it.
This is enthralling.
Happens every week. Yeah.
You really should have a reality show now.
And then it was Monday.
He said the clouds, and then it was a weekend.
And then Monday just showed up. And then we just start a week where you realize you're all by yourself again. That's what happened.
I don't know if you can top that, Jamie, but how was your week? I don't know. Monday.
I mean, it did become Monday eventually. We finished out the kids' like summer sports. So that was fun. It snowed here. Oh, I should say summer sports. We finished out the kids' spring sports and it snowed here. So they're both, well, my daughter always plays indoor soccer in the spring, but my son's last Miracle League baseball game got moved inside. That was kind of fun and interesting for the last, week of May, because that's when we're recording this. And then this next week is the end of the school year for us. So we're kind of gearing up for that. I've been trying to mentally prepare myself for having the kids home a lot more. So I've been a little extra lazy, I think, this week because I'm like
enjoying it.
Been watching cleaning as much as I can, trying to get the house organized, and watching the Johnny Depp trial. In real life, that's probably over by now, but I'm into it. So that's most of my week has been me and Johnny and Amber working out our problems.
Working out our problems.
I think I could solve some issues for them. I don't know. Nothing too crazy. We're just going into the last week of school. So it's like going in for both my kids, like last day, little celebration things and getting ready for the summer. I think summer starts the day after this episode comes out. Happy summer, people.
Happy summer.
I mean, I'm just going to tell you, this is going to be the most uplifting episode you've listened to through our series. Hey, Rachel, you want to keep this cheer going? Rachel Flanagan, how was your week?
You know, I've had some good and I've had some hard, and we're on the cusp of transition as well. I just recently got back from Momcation. Speaking back to this series, I went
because we had one, she had to go and have one. That's how that works.
Yeah.
So you might have heard in episode 1, I believe Momcation, that the girls came to Minnesota. In episode 5, I've traveled to North Carolina. So I went to see Adrienne Wood from Tales of an Educated Debutante. She lives in this tiny little town in eastern North Carolina. And gosh, it was just so nice. I feel like I learned from you guys to not eat as much as you think you should. You pay by feeling crummy on the trip. Billy and I went together on Wednesday and then came home on Sunday. So we had a little bit more time to be flexible and take in the space, not just the agenda. And that has really set us up for a hard week. Like, we were stronger coming home. I feel like Billy and I are less like coworkers coming home from that trip than married couple. I'm proud of that. Coming up for us, we've got Celie going into this therapeutic bed, which is hard. I feel like when we look back, this might be one of the big turning points of our story. I just pray that it works out that way. We've tried a lot of things, and this is what's next. So I'm just grateful I had the time to get strong before she goes. And that's this week.
I will say you looked incredibly at ease and refreshed when you were in, is it Eddington?
Eddington.
Yeah, Eddington. Yeah.
Eating.
You just looked very, I'm like, she's going to want to move there. She's going to want to move there.
I've really worked hard on having had respite for just over a year, just this arrangement with Chris and her family. I learned that when my car hits reverse in her driveway, that I let go. The point is that Celia is where she needs to be and she's safe and she's having a great time with her. If I don't let go when the car goes in reverse, then I never really do. And then I don't get the refresh that I needed. And then she comes home and I'm wrong. And then it's just a really long 2 weeks until another chance for a break. So in the case of this trip, I know what's coming for us, a move, this foster care placement, like it just makes me kind of want to throw up. And I knew that I needed to really work on myself and with Billy to, I don't know, it was work. Anyway, it was work, but I did cut loose, and I really just like took in the shore and looked at some magnolia needs a lot. It was necessary and good.
Good. That looked fun. Kimmy McIsaac, how was your week?
I had a very busy week. I feel like I say that a lot. So on Saturday was Lexi's prom.
Oh, she looks so beautiful.
So beautiful.
My last baby, the last one, senior prom. So she's not a girly girl. She's our tomboy. So it was a lot of fun seeing her. We took her to get her hair done. Then we went out to breakfast, just me and her, which is, I mean, it's very rare that I get to do one-on-one with her. So that was nice. And then she came home and got ready. And my other daughter did her makeup, but it was under the direction of me. So I also did her makeup. I was very controlling in exactly what I wanted. And my sister was funny.
Can't imagine that.
Well, what is like? She goes, what does Lexi want? We're like, who cares what Lexi wants? This has nothing to do with her. This is between me and Kara.
This is about me. My last baby.
I wanted very dramatic. She had a very pretty dress and a very, a braid and a bun and all of it. So, my daughter Kara did her makeup, and I mean, this girl never even has her nails done. So every time I see her hands, I'm like, it looks so funny to see you with nail polish on. And she's like, shut up. And then I have a friend at work who's a photographer. So we met at a park nearby, and she came and took, professional pictures of her and her friends. So that was fun. Alyssa came and we did a couple of pictures of her. It was like 95,000 degrees out. It was hot. So they do a thing at the school called like a promenade, and where they like walk on the red carpet. I did not go to that. I'm like, I'll go to the park for pictures. I'm not going to the promenade in the 90 in the school gym. It's 95 degrees out with all, nope, not happening. So we went there and Alyssa came and she wasn't the happiest because it was 95 degrees out, but she did cooperate for a few pitches. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how they come out when I get them back. I should be seeing them tomorrow. So yeah, that was fun. I mean, it was fun just seeing her, she's rolling her eyes the whole day, like another photo, like, and it's my other daughter is opposite. She's always ready for a picture. At any time, she'll drop what she's doing to give you a pose. They're total opposites. Yeah, that was fun. That's kind of exciting. It's bittersweet. It's, it's sad. It's my baby. So she's actually she's 18. She turned 18 today. So.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday.
Oh, my goodness.
I officially.
And she had the best shoe choice.
Yes. She wore Converse. She did not wear heels.
Yeah. With a beautiful dress. It was my favorite dress. Yeah. It was my pick.
Oh, she just yelled from the other room. She'd be 20 feet tall. She's very tall. So she's like 5'8". So she was like not wearing heels. Plus, I mean, she said it was hard enough walking in the dress with sneakers. She couldn't imagine doing it with heels on. But, so it was it was just fun to see the transformation. And yeah, that was exciting. And today was her last day of school, her last final. So she's out of school for the summer or forever, for out of high school at least. Yeah, it's just weird. It's mixed feelings.
Wild. Yeah.
Oh, it's just, I keep looking back at these pictures of her little, and I just want to, my husband's like, don't show me anymore. It's too sad. You just want to cry, because everybody tells you it goes by so fast. And I feel 1,000 people told me, and I'm like, yeah, until you experience it, like, you just have no understanding of it. Even though it goes by fast when they're little, in some ways it doesn't, because it's like, they're just changing. They just change very fast, The middle is, when was she 10, 11, and 12? I don't even remember any of those years. Like middle school, no, it's a blur. I guess we had a good week for the most part. So Alyssa's in a great mood today, so that's always good. That's always helpful.
Hey, gotta love those.
And yeah, we didn't do anything. We'll probably do something over the weekend for her birthday. But yeah, we have this running joke in the family where like my husband, like, they don't need all these Christmas presents. They're all adults. And Lexi's always like, I'm only 17. It's like no matter what he says, she'll like,
he's gonna celebrate this weekend.
So now, she'll have to come up with another line, I guess, to get more stuff.
Well, and I'm 49 and I still live with my mother, so don't get too excited, Kimmy.
Well, I know I always say that because we're going on vacation next month. I'm just like, well, it's her senior year. Like, we're all going. My son, I have an adult son who, lives on his own now, and we're all going. So I'm like, who knows how many vacations we have? People grow, they move. My husband's like, these kids are always going to be up for a free vacation. Don't you worry. I'm like, yeah, but you don't know. They might, we'll see if that will be nice. I'll report back to you on July 11th. You know how that went.
My God. Well, I am prepping for vacation. We're going away, and it's been really hard to get her passport renewed. I had to go to Vancouver Island. I have to go back again on Friday to pick it up in person. They won't do the express shipping anymore. You can't get an appointment in Vancouver, so people are going everywhere to get them. And then the federal paperwork that's required to enter the United States, and then we both have to get a COVID test on Monday. So it's kind of like I can't really get excited for the trip because I won't know until about 18 hours before the trip if we're going. So that's been kind of put like a little damper on it a bit, but that's it. Just ballet and gymnastics and just a weekly grind over here. That's about it. Although we get out of school later than you guys. Kai doesn't finish until the end of June.
That's when we do too.
Yeah.
Lexi's only because she's a senior, but the rest of the kids get out on June 23rd. Yeah.
But they're doing all the end of the year stuff. Like she's a field trip to the zoo tomorrow, and they're kind of doing all that wrap up end of year stuff. But anything else exciting? We were talking about before we started recording. We were all talking about the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, and we understand that when this airs, it's going to be long over. But we were talking about the trial. Anyone else listening has
And yes, this I
invested
agree
as
with
we are.
Jamie. Very big part of my week. Prom and the trial. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
all
hot mess.
at night watching reel after reel after reel
Oh my
after reel
gosh.
after reel after reel after reel.
I've lost hours of my life
Stop.
on reels watching it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
so great.
And don't
Tabitha's
even try to watch
boyfriend,
the live
Jason
stuff.
Momoa.
They're
I
so much
missed
longer.
that today.
They've been dragging Jason Momoa's name in. Poor Tabs. Her
I gotta
lover.
watch that.
Yeah.
Momoa.
It was good today.
Stay out of the courtroom, Momoa.
Have you guys seen that TikTok someone made? Like, they took an interview of him that he did like virtually, obviously during the pandemic, and they like cut it into the trial.
No,
I have to. It is hilarious.
Oh, it's so funny.
I've never seen so many great memes come out of a court case in my life. Like all the slow motion ones of them like walking past each other in the courtroom.
I don't know. I think the judges' facial expressions, or like when I don't know if anyone listening watched that insane psychiatrist, he was a psychiatrist, right? Testify, and he was out to lunch, and someone asked him a question, and he asked the judge, "Do I have to answer this?" And she said, "Yes, you have to answer questions. The questions. You have to answer the questions." And like it's like you're watching a movie, but you're not. This is real life.
Well, and the question was kind of ridiculous. The guy was like, "Have you seen Dune?" Like he was asking what movies he had seen, but it was because the crazy guy earlier was like mentioning pirates and all this stuff. It's like the weirdest. I don't know. I don't know what this trial's supposed to say about where we are.
Judicial system. Yeah, our judicial.
But at least it's entertaining for the rest of us.
It's not a good.
Oh, I wait for my
toxic relationships are not funny.
No,
abuse of any kind is not funny, but
yes, that
there's
part
some
we're not making fun of.
here.
But
Many characters.
The rest
the
of
reels
it we
are
are.
funny. I have one. It's like Amber Heard talking, and then it cuts to Johnny, scenes from the Pirate of the Caribbean, and he goes, like, he'll turn around and go, "What? No, I didn't." Like, as Jack Sparrow. It's just so funny.
Or the big jar, and then he comes out of the ship. The big jar.
I got a jar of dirt.
The most, so you just said, did you say Caribbean? Or no, you said Caribbean. Amber's lawyer says Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm like, it's Pirates of the Caribbean, man. Could you say this correctly?
Those lawyers.
These are the things that I
Those
worry
are
about.
turd jokes. I mean, they literally never get old. They just keep coming.
It's just mind blowing how crazy this is for a judge to make a decision, or a jury, I guess, jury to make a decision about this defamation case.
That one jury member had a hernia or something. She's like, "Are you in pain?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "But I can leave today and come back or whatever tomorrow." She's like, "Well, if you leave today, you have to be like done." And you can tell that he's like, "Oh, well." And she's like, "Oh, we should probably dismiss you."
That'd be me. I'd be like passing on the floor. Probably would leave.
Kimmy's dying. Taking notes.
When they
It's fine. Everything's fine.
where's Johnny? But when they come in, people booing her as she walks in. And when he pulls up every day in his SUV, in his security SUV, he's got music cranked. He pops out. He greets the crowd. The people go crazy. They say that people get in the middle of the night. They line up for wristbands to get in that day. I mean, just to watch this trial.
I can't believe they have that court. I can't believe they have the courtroom
Wait,
open.
I didn't know you could go in. I thought you had to have like a press pass or something.
No, they do line up
if
in the morning.
If I was going to meet Rachel in North Carolina, which we were maybe gonna do, I wouldn't have made it past Virginia. Sorry, Rachel. I wouldn't have happened.
She would have been in line at 4
I can't believe
like,
it's an
"Oh,
open
yeah."
courtroom. That's just crazy to me that the courtroom is open.
So what does that mean?
Just meant to
Like,
be a
how do they pick what's open and what's not?
Well, you generally, like, if it's a public matter of the public, basically. So like I could go down to the courthouse tomorrow and sit in any criminal proceeding if I wanted to. If it's something serious, then they'll ask you like, who the hell are you? Why are you here? But you can ask for your courtroom to be closed, or if there's like too much uproar or like disturbance of the trial in such as booing one party versus the other,
A lot of booing.
you can, like limit the amount of people that are showing up because it's disruptive to the court proceeding, or like
So
give
this
them
is
a warning.
outside when they're arriving.
Disruptive.
Yeah,
What?
outside.
Nothing about the crowd around it is as disruptive as the people in it.
Involved. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's the thing. Like you think about like OJ or Anna Nicole Smith, like all these big trials, like they do that kind of, they have them open. I'm sure everyone agrees to it because judges get famous from it, attorneys get famous from it.
Mhm.
I'm sure, like, it's just, they're just doing it to bring a little entertainment to our lives.
The female attorney that's representing Johnny Depp, I mean, she's just,
Camille.
yeah,
Oh, her
I mean,
career's
she's,
her career's made moving forward.
We're
yeah.
all on first name basis.
Yeah.
Camille,
Camille,
thumbs up.
Johnny.
We want to come to the table, Camille.
Camille,
Yes,
can we
please,
interview
please.
about the Johnny Depp
Objection.
trial after it's over?
Always welcome to have a seat at the table.
We would be
thing-
interviewing her, and Kimmy would just yell objection.
What'd you say, Grace?
I haven't watched it. I don't even know where to watch it. It's not really my thing, but every once in a while I stumble through a reel, or you guys or somebody else is, doing a video about it that I catch, but it's not really my thing. The thing that's cracking me up, you now made someone say, well, I think I would know if his penis was out. Like, there's going to be a meeting with the jurors. I'm sorry to simplify the judicial process like this, but there's going to be like a, hey, what do you think is happening? And somebody's going to be re-evaluating all they took notes on. I mean, they're going to be arguing about the most absurd in the world. It is.
Well, and really, it doesn't, none of that matters, right? Because the claim is defamation. Is what she said in her op-ed piece true or not? She claimed that there was domestic violence. This is not legal advice, people. This is just an attorney talking about the facts of the case here. But I haven't read the op-ed piece, so I don't know what she said in the op-ed piece, not naming him. But from what I'm reading, they're saying it was a claim of domestic violence. So what does it matter if he was in the entryway, urinating on the people or whoever was there, or the tree plant, or whatever he was doing in a drunken stupor in the freaking entryway? That does not matter to the case whatsoever.
They're trying to prove that he becomes a monster or whatever when he drinks or uses substances. But apparently monsters pee.
Well, she's been caught in so many flat out lies. One is
Yeah.
the $7 billion settlement she got from her divorce that she pledged. She says she pledged, and Camille clarified that you either give it or you don't.
Pledge, not donated.
Pledged. Yeah,
Amber
not
uses those
donated.
words synonymously.
Yeah, Kimmy could she's like a court reporter.
Camille-
She got it all
Camille
down.
does not use them that way.
Kimmy's actually our lawyer now. She's also head of the CDC.
CDC.
She's also a
CDC.
physician. She's diagnosed us with everything.
Yes.
So because she really
We really should have done a podcast just on the trial. We should have
Yes.
got
Yeah.
just a separate podcast called
Johnny Depp.
Table of Four with our lawyer who's correcting everything.
It could start over, and it could be like showing Amber Turd.
Turd.
That's what so they changed her name in Google. A bunch of people got fired. So when this all happened with the stuff, someone actually went in, the people in the back end of Google, and changed her name. So when you searched her, it came up Amber Turd, not Amber Heard.
Well, and then the lawyers are
remember
like asking people in the trial, like in all seriousness, and they're like saying Amber Turd because they're talking about that. And it's just like in a serious courtroom, and then like all those people are laughing.
Well, and even the lawyers, like,
memes
you
on
can
that
see them
too.
trying to hold it in. They're trying to hold it in. They're turning like this, and
It's like watching
Oh,
Saturday.
It's so hard. It's
It
so
really-
hard.
it's like
My
Johnny Depp's
client-
lawyer brings him candies every day because he likes to snack.
oh
He
my god.
snacks all the whole time. So he brings them like little things of candies. I'm like, Rachel, they're peanuts. So he's got snacks on the table. I mean, so I, like you, Rachel, I didn't really know anything about it. I couldn't have picked out Amber Heard in the lineup of people if she was like in front of me. And Johnny Depp just never did anything for me. But then you hear all about this. So I'm like, what's going on with this thing? Well, you get hooked, you get the ding from Facebook that tells you it's live, and you just once you click that
I don't
button,
even get
you're
those
a goner.
I
and
mean,
once you like a couple of those like reels that are going through, once you like a couple, then that's all they put. That's all I get.
I
on my
just
feed.
love
I get
it at night.
nothing,
Love it.
nothing. And if I get something else, I'm like, "Ugh, why are you showing me this?
Well, that or keto food. Otherwise, I just keep
This
getting
is
back
not
to the Johnny.
I just
So that was our week.
like these are professionals.
Yeah.
He's such a
What year was Johnny Depp the hottest to you?
21 Jump Street. Oh my God.
So now when they're showing pictures of him, again, he didn't do anything for me. I didn't really, but like he was pretty hot when he was with Kate Moss, who is testifying tomorrow. Although
I used
this
to
won't
love
be
Johnny
when
Depp
it airs.
in his
Yeah.
youth.
When he was not in his youth, but when I would say like 2000 to 2008, 2010,
I agree
would
with
have
that.
done him.
I
Now,
just want to hug him. I want to hug him.
You want to hug him? I do not.
I want to hug him.
I mean,
no,
it
I think
sounds
he also has
sounds
some
like a pretty terrible relationship in general.
I just feel,
I mean, I don't
I'm
think
Team Johnny. I'm just gonna say it. I'm Team Johnny.
Yes, I am too.
Actually,
100%.
really.
I think she's
guys?
a wackerdoodle do.
The way
I
you
mean,
said Amber.
they play a recording of her speaking. They play
That
a
was Rachel.
recording of her talking, and then Camille asks her a question about it, and then she denies it. She's like, "We just listened to it on the recording. It was your 30th birthday before you went to
Incorrect.
Coachella."
That's incorrect. That's not what I was talking about.
That's she can't even make this up. Yeah.
Hold
She's
on.
like, Johnny was talking about that, but that's not what I was talking about. I mean, it's wild.
It
Head
feels
spinning.
like arguing with our children, doesn't it? Like suddenly you just turn left and you didn't even know. Like, it
Well,
was
and she has such an attitude. Like, that's the craziest thing. She has such an attitude. It's like,
if she's such an actress, she should act polite.
I
'Cause-
just, yeah.
I
they
mean,
say she's never going to get an acting job after this because she's doing a terrible job. at
I just feel like it's gonna
terrible
be a
actress.
wash. It's gonna be a wash. Both of you out of here. Judicial system canceled. We're done with this shitstorm. That is
But what
but,
can
like,
happen, Tabitha?
what? Nobody gets nothing. Hard pass.
nobody gets
Everybody goes home with $0. Goodbye.
feels what-
There's
so
no
she-
defamation.
she
You
goes,
don't get
"I
your
would pay it."
countersuit.
I would pay it if you stop suing me, Johnny. Did you guys see
Yeah.
that? That's hilarious.
Johnny.
The way she says his name.
I
It's
know.
like-
I know.
I
wanna
call
hear
my
the-
son Johnny. That's what I call my son. And now every time I say it, I'm like, oh gosh.
I want to hear the closing arguments. Like, what
know.
is the legal basis for this entire case? Because no one seems to know at this point. Do the jury even know what they're deciding on or not?
Well, and it's
Because-
so interesting to see because it only takes one person to not agree, right? Or is it different for this type of case?
No, you have to make a
Unanimous.
determination. Yeah.
I think this trial alone has like resurrected his career. It doesn't even matter what.
Bailey Flanagan. So I don't have it on all the reels, but she was on my phone the other day and she scrolls up on Instagram and she's like, "Ooh, I like his little makeup."
His little makeup.
I mean,
I
his team is just so superior to her team. It's not even funny.
I love
Yeah.
him testifying when the guy's like reading the stuff. Did I read that correct? Yes. And then he reads something else. Did I read that correct? Yes. Like, why do you
And then
keep
he goes,
asking that?
Yes, he goes.
So I
"You should
understand you were
really-"
drinking that evening. I don't know. Were you there?
And when he goes, "You poured a mega pint of wine."
Megabytes. I know.
That's the best. He goes, "A mega pint." I poured a really large glass of wine. Sorry.
Well, to our listeners,
Yeah, I was gonna say thank
we're
you for
gonna
hanging
know
in there.
possibly what is happening in the determination. My guess is $0 for Johnny, $0 for Amber Heard.
Let's add book deal to every juror because I'm serious.
Oh, they're gonna totally make a movie out of this. 100%.
We just watched it.
And then they'll probably be back together.
If
I'm
they
just
need
kidding.
commentators for the movie, let
Yeah.
us know.
If you
We're
guys
here.
We're in.
Yeah.
I
We're
am free to
here.
consult. Call me up.
We'll give you
Yes.
the details on what we observed as watchers of this terrible display
Terrible
of the
thing.
judicial system.
Well, everyone, thank you for joining us today.
That's really the we just did. Okay,
We
go.
are out of control.
Everyone, thank you for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Stay tuned for Series 12 coming up, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks, ladies.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us at the table for our 11th series, Life Hacks. Stay tuned for more, and while you wait, make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Individually, you can find Jamie Ramos at jamieramoswrites.com, Jamie Ramos Writes on Facebook and Instagram. Tabitha Cabrera is at peaceofautism.com, Piece of Autism on Facebook, and the same on Instagram. You can find Jennifer Dunn at keepingupwithkaya.com, Keeping Up with Kaya on Facebook, and the same on Instagram. Rachel Flanagan is at flanaville.com, Flanaville on Facebook, and Flanaville3 on Instagram. For Kimberly McIsaac, you can find her at autismadventureswithalyssa.com, Autism Adventures with Alyssa on Facebook, and the same on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining us once again. We love having you at the table, and we can't wait to sit with you again. See you soon. Bye.